In no time do my fingers leave my hands. Hello. Good evening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for streaming in or clicking or whatever the heck you're doing. My name is Bill. You're watching Bill's Box of Sound. This is the live stream for today, the 5th of August, 2023. Let's see. I have to do something here and contact somebody to make sure that they show up. You know, as usual, we get superhero traffic around here every now and again. Just want to let them know that we are live. Okay. So, how is everybody? How are you doing? Tonight, I am sporting the gorgeous Grown Man at Record Night t-shirt. in celebration of one of my favorite YouTube channels and the show that last night kind of showcased this record right here. Yeah, it's all over. This live stream has gone to hell in a handcart because it's now nothing but an infomercial for the album by Spudlock, which is available now. And you can go to spudlock.bandcamp.com and buy this lovely thing. You can also listen to it. Last night on Grown Man Record Night, Mikey Bananas opened up his copy that he ordered from me, and then after he's done with the regular Grown Man Record Night show, which happens every Friday night around 11 p.m. But if you are on Twitch, they start streaming records right around 8:30, play that till almost 11 o'clock. They switch over to the live show where they do all the fun stuff. And then after the show is done, then they go back to Twitch only instead of just, Twitch and YouTube at the same time. And they play more records. He played the entire damn Spudlock album. It was wonderful. And I really enjoyed it. So I want to say a big thank you to Mikey Bananas, and cameraman was with him last night, and big shout out to both of them, and thank you for talking up the album and playing it and saying such nice things about it. So making the Diet Coke taste wonderful. So in our chat room, we've got the wonderful and talented Chief Dancing Ostrich. Ooh, you got the MTV music generator from eBay so you can make music a bit again. Well, hey, any way that you can make music, it's a very enlightening process. It makes you feel good. And yes, sir. Hello there. Spidey in the house. Here. Got that. Good. Oh, and you got your own refreshment there. Very nice. So let me adjust everything so that people can see both of us. Da-da-dum. All right. Hello, Spider-Man. Welcome to the show. How you been?
I'm sick.
You're sick? You're kidding me. Roman was sick earlier today.
Yeah, but that's because I am Roman.
Whoa! But you're getting a lot better, aren't you? Still got a little bit of a headache?
No, I'm just feeling weak.
Just feeling bleh, right? Yeah. Well, yeah, he was feeling pretty bad. Yesterday he was bad. He was feeling horrible. Today he was feeling pretty bad too. But then you started to feel better. You started eating some food, and you would build up quite an appetite. You downed like 3 bowls of popcorn, and then you had chicken wings, and you had mozzarella sticks.
And I also had raspberries.
And you had raspberries.
I didn't have mozzarella sticks.
Oh, you didn't have those? What, did Mommy eat those? Huh. Because I would have liked to have eaten those if you didn't. Anyway, then you had some Jell-O, and then you had some veggie sticks. Man, you were just pounding stuff like...
Veggie straws and also popsicles.
Veggie straws, that's it. And popsicles. Okay, so good. You're getting healthy again. That's always a good thing. So, I was just telling them that last night, on the show Grown Man Record Night, which I watch every Friday night, they played the Spudlock record, and they said a lot of good things about it. So I felt very happy about that. So if you haven't gotten your copy yet, go to bandcamp.com or spudlock.bandcamp.com and check that out. And what you looking for?
I'm not looking for anything. I was just moving on.
You trying to see what Chief Dancing Ostrich
I also
wrote?
got a new haircut.
That's right, you did get a new haircut. Looking good. Just got a little bit of hair from your fluff going down there. There you go. You're perfect again. Yep. Very nice. Yeah, his hair was getting kind of long, and he's he's got a very nice do on his head right now. So, um, things that happened this week. One very sad thing, and he doesn't know that much about it, but um, I was very, very upset when I heard about Paul Rubens, the guy who plays Pee Wee Herman, passing away. I really enjoyed his comedy and the movies that he made and the TV that he made. One of these days, I can't find my copy of it. I'm going to show this guy Pee Wee's Big Adventure, and he's going to love it. Hopefully. You've never heard of Pee Wee Herman, have you?
No.
Okay. He's a grown-up man who acts like a little kid, and he's really funny. So, that's all I'm going to tell you about that. But records. We got some records this week. Let's see, a couple of things. Was running around in the used bins. Found a copy of Tony Bennett's Greatest Hits Volume 3, which I'd been looking for. The cover's in great shape. But the record, clicks and pops. Plays fine though. Cleaned up real nice. And then there was, where is it?
I'm practically bald.
Well, back here, not on the top though. Okay. I went in the half price books and I could not believe that. I've never seen this album in person, but Kevin, if you're watching, you're going to dig this. The very first album by Martin Mull. It's put out 51 years ago. And this is a really good album. I mean, there's like 3 or 4 tunes on this that ended up on his greatest hits record. There's Eggs, Miami, Margie the Midget, and Hors d'oeuvre. Those showed up on his best of album. But there's other tracks on here. There's this song called Partly Marian, which is almost 6 minutes long. It's got a great jazz section in there where they go into some solos. It's really, really cool. So, if you're into comedy and also very well-played music, this is cool. If you ever see a copy of this in the wild, I had never seen it before. Only cost me $5. Cleaned up real well. And Martin Mull actually does the artwork on this cover. If you don't know that already, Martin Mull is quite an established visual artist. Fantastic work. Whenever I see something with him on TV, I always check it out. And let's see here. Vendetta has something to say about Pee Wee Herman, or Paul Rubens actually. Paul Rubens has been an enormous influence on me ever since I was like 6 or so. Hearing of his passing was super heartbreaking, yeah. He was like one of those celebrities that I thought would never die. Yeah, he seemed immortal. It was real sad to see that. But what can you do? But yeah, I knew you would be. I knew you would be. I saw that and I said, whoa, does Kevin have a copy of this? I don't know. But yeah, I was really happy, and you would really get off on some of the music on this album. So, also, Woody B in the house. Hey Bill, how you doing? Good to see you in the chat room. And Carlos Van Cheng, I know who you are now. I subscribed to you. And thank you for showing up. And you were looking at a couple of the records that I bought new this week. But let's...
Like those?
Yeah, but...
I was not looking at those. I was flipping them over. It freaked me out.
They will freak you out. And we'll talk a little bit about that. So there's a new release by the guy who calls himself Aphex Twin. Okay? If you're familiar with that logo, that's the Aphex Twin logo. He's an electronic artist, And he just put out a new EP on clear vinyl. It's called Black Box Life Recorder 2LF. And it's got 3 other tracks. They charge you like $20 for a 12-inch single. It's ridiculous. But let me show you this cover with the crazy artwork that is common on his releases. Here's the actual sleeve that contains the record. Okay, it's got all this. Also, if you take a look at the video for the lead off song on this, it really follows the graphics of this, and it's really crazy and intricate. But now this is going to be the first time that I'm opening this part up. This is, from what I've heard, a diorama. It's supposed to open up into this big thing here. Oh no, not now, not now. So I don't know if this folds out farther than this, but it's like a big cube. There's no directions for it, but it's very neat. But this is probably going to be the first and only time that I actually open up this whole thing for you to check out. I'm going to fold it back up and put it away like that, and just enjoy the record as it is. So that's the new Aphex Twin. And now, so when I ordered this, I wanted to avoid shipping charges, and I felt kind of cheated that I was paying so much for a 12-inch single with just 4 tunes on it. So I ordered some back catalog, and I got these 2 records, which Roman confirmed for me. They got creepy covers. Would you agree? Yeah. Okay. I got this one is the Richard D. James album, and this is the I Care Because You Do album. Now, both of these albums have the image of Richard D. James, aka Aphex Twin, on it, and he painted these self-portraits, and man, they are creepy. He's looking at you. He's looking at you. Ah! But this is some pretty intense, intelligent dance music, synthesizer stuff. As a matter of fact, this guy had a hand in the programming of the synthesizer that we use for the show. Play a couple notes. That is an Aphex Twin model synthesizer. So I got those and really been digging those. So let me pull something else out here. As soon as I wet the whistle. I talk so much on this thing. I did get to listen to the Steely Dan Pretzel Logic ultra high quality record as of last week, and compared it to the original. And man, Bernie Grundman did it again. Pretzel Logic is sounding better than it has ever sounded before. Let's see, do I have my original album here? I pulled this out. Yeah. This album, I got the original, and I've also now got the ultra high quality record. But you know what? Pretzel Logic is not the best Steely Dan album. For me, it's a Steely Dan album that has good tracks on it, because they all do. But this one is just not up to par with the rest of the Steely Dan catalog. Still, I'm very glad that I have that. Let's see. Hold on a second here. So, it says, I hear prices for CDs are going up. Do you agree? Not necessarily, but I will say one thing. Used CDs are very plentiful nowadays, and you can get them for a good price. So they're a very quick and easy and a lot of times inexpensive way.
That is so many comments.
I know.
It went from
That's okay.
Or like 4
Yeah.
to a billion.
Yeah, we've also got John Crowdner in the room. Hey, John, good to see you. Sup? And let's see here. You remember Aphex Twin from back in the day? I have some CDs. Well, yeah, and I had those 2 albums on CD as well, but I always wanted them on vinyl, so now I got them. So very happy about that one. Now, it is what safe? CDs? CDs? Oh, I see what you mean. The synthesizer. That is a monophonic synthesizer. It's a digitally controlled analog synthesizer. I just love it. It's a lot of fun to play with. And Vendetta say, I love used CDs. As someone on a budget, they're a fantastic, cheap way to collect physical music. I agree. So, yeah, I mean, I still have a huge selection of CDs. I mean, this is the vinyl room. I've got the CD room. I should do a video about that someday and show the ridiculous number of CDs I've got. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, if you notice, it's a new month, and we've got a new picture on the wall on the homemade Frank Zappa calendar. So, when I look at the calendar, today is a kind of a sad day. It's the anniversary of us losing George Duke, who played in Frank's band from like 71 to 74, 75. No, actually, yeah, to 75. From 71 to 75. So, now let's backtrack just a little bit to my Steely Dan thing and answer something from Kevin. Now I have to buy another copy of Pretzel Logic. It was an early album. I wouldn't expect it to be perfect, but it did show what was to come. Actually, if I were you, Kevin, I would not spend the $150 on the ultra high quality record version. I would get the remastered version that was mastered by Bernie Grundman and then cut by somebody else. That would be good. But let's talk about George Duke. I've got a few of his records, and we're going to go through them right now. I've got this George Duke Pacific Jazz, which is actually some stuff that was recorded back in 1969, back before he was with Frank Zappa. And this has like some pop tunes on it. It's got Games People Play, Soul Watcher. And then he's got some other good stuff. He's got his own track that he wrote, Foosh. He's got The Woman Who Sends Me Home, a Laura Nyro tune, and Adonis. And this album also has Jay Graydon on guitar, John Hurt on bass, Ernie Watts, keeper of the mystery horn, on tenor sax and flute, Richard Burke on drums, Ernie Tack on trombone, Jay DeVersa on trumpet, Charles Findlay on trumpet, and Glenn Ferris on trombone. So that's an early George Duke record. Then, after he got with Zappa, he started doing his own solo album. He's got George Duke and Feel. And this particular album has a guitar solo on 2 songs by somebody called Abdul X. Yeah, you know who that is? That's actually Frank Zappa, under a assumed name. For contractual reasons, he wasn't allowed to put his name on that record. But that's George Duke and Feel. And George Duke, he had a good sense of the funk. He really played some good funky music. And, oh, there's a nice little picture of George right there. and all the other people on this album, which is called The Aura Will Prevail. And speaking of Zappa, he does 2 Zappa tunes on this album. He does, yes, may I help you?
In one episode, did I fall asleep?
Did you fall asleep? I think you fell asleep for like about 2 minutes once on the live stream.
Do you know which episode it was?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I'd have to look. But on this album, he did Echidna's Arf and also a solo version of Uncle Remus, the song that is on Apostrophe. And George sings in his own way. Frank Zappa pushed George to do things that he really didn't want to do because he was just a keyboard player. And Woody, you've got a mini Moog modular. Ho! So jealous. I love Moogs and I love modulars. So cool on you. I've got the Billy Cobham George Duke Band. Look at this cover. Their heads turn into hands. Oh, I'm gonna going. I'm gonna fight you. Arr, arr. This is a fun album. It's a live album, recorded released in 1976. All right, so then George went to Epic Records, got even funkier, and put out some soulful records like Don't Let Go, which had the hit single Dookie Stick. It's a funk tale, folks, a funk tale. And yeah, this is a 12-inch disco single of George Duke's Dookie Stick with the flip side, Yeah, We Goin'. And one other George Duke record I got is Guardian of the Light, which is, this is a concept album with a whole bunch of stuff on it. Who plays on this record? I'm trying to remember. Produced, written, arranged, and orchestrated by George Duke for George Duke Enterprises. And it doesn't really say who's playing on this. How about on the sleeve? Ah, here we go. Got George Duke. Louis Johnson on bass. Larry Williams on tenor sax. He's got strings. Michael Sembello on guitar. All sorts of vocals. Yeah, this is a conceptual soul and funk album, this Guardian of the Light. Very interesting. All right, let's catch up on the chat. See what's happening here. All right, so let's see. When you were in Seattle this week, you got some Zappa and Residence CDs for $3 or $4 a pop. Very nice. And let's see. One of your favorite FZ albums. I'm going to guess what Zappa album did I show? I don't know. Anyway, John, your very first Zappa album was Chic Your Booty. Mine, well, the first one I ever listened to was somebody lent me a copy. I'm going to reach for it here. Somebody lent me a copy of Uncle Meat. But it was right around the time that Overnight Sensation came out. And I was hearing Dynamo hum on the radio like almost every week. And then Apostrophe came out and I got that one. And then whatever spare money I had went towards Zappa records. So that was very cool. Ah, the Feel LP rules. Yes, it does. I do like that one a lot. And let's see. What do you think of the Analog Productions 45 RPM Doors catalog? They sound phenomenal to me. Well, I agree, and I'm going to pull out a couple of those right now. What are you doing? What are you doing? Right here. Right here on this stage. What, this hand? Okay. We're going to talk about those in just a little bit. We're going to talk about some XTC records, too, in this hour. We've got plenty of time to do it. Anyway, right here on this stage, playing their new hit Light My Fire is the fabulous Doors, ladies and gentlemen. And they're going to not censor their lyrics. I've got the debut Doors album on double 45. And I've also got LA Woman on double 45. And, oh, you could not be more right, Woody B. Those albums sound utterly fantastic. I love them. So, yeah, they are good. If you can afford them and they're still around, pick them up if you want to hear Doors like you've never heard them before. They're expensive. They're about $60 now. I mean, they used to be like 50, but now they're 60. But they're really cool. Chic Your Booty was your first Zappa album? Very cool. Yeah, oh, I was hooked from the very first notes of Uncle Meat. Da 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 dun 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 dun. I was absolutely hooked. You are correct. So you bought LA Woman and put it on, and yeah, oh yeah, I can see that, because yeah, that album just sounds unbelievable. Whew. All right, my mouth's getting dry again. Are you getting tired?
No.
Okay.
I just got my pillow.
Because if you do feel tired, it's okay if you take off early. But I do like having you around at the end of the show for music. But you were sick earlier today. You need your sleep. So hope you get a good night's sleep tonight. Hey, I'm punching Spider-Man. All right. So the other night, I started going down the rabbit hole on XTC 12-inch singles. All of these that I'm about to show are from the UK. This one is from the Skylarking album, The Meeting Place. And Roman was freaking out about all these fingers being used as smokestacks. Isn't that neat? I also have a transparent record that has this. It's like a shaped record. And this, on the flip side, this has 4 XTC demo versions of songs that never made it onto other albums. And we've also got from the Skylarking album, Grass. And let's see here. What's on the flip side of this? On the flip side of this, it's got Extrovert and Dear God. Now, the reason that I was really going down the rabbit hole is because I was enjoying some 45 RPM Analog Productions records, and I was remembering that these 12-inch singles are cut at 45 RPM, and they are UK imports, which usually means they've got quieter vinyl. So I was pulling them out and playing them, just loving the high quality sound on these records. From the Mummer album, 12-inch single for Love on a Farm Boy's Wages. Flip side of this has a live version of Burning with Optimism's Flames. Let's see, hold on a sec. Very light print on this. Yeesh. Okay. Yeah, Burning with Optimism's Flames, English Roundabout, and then kind of like a second half of Scissor Man called Cut It Out. And it was recorded at one of the very last concerts that XTC ever performed before they stopped performing. Back to the Big Express album, I've got 3 12-inch singles. I've got Wake Up, which on the flip side has Making Plans for Nigel. Sergeant Rock is going to help me, and since he's working overtime, for some reason, they don't sound that great. But the A side does have a non-LP B side, Take This Town. We've also got This World Over, one of the few XTC songs that very sentimental to me. It made me cry the first time I heard it. And it's also cut at 45. And the flip side has a nice little track Blue Overall, which has blues overtones. And thirdly, from the Big Express album, All You Pretty Girls. Oh, wait, gotta cover those up. And this has 2 B-sides on it. It's got Wash Away and Red Brick Dream. And I love the XTC 12-inch singles, the artwork, the extra tracks, and as a wonderful bonus, the fantastic sound quality. So that's good stuff. What else was I listening to? Let's see. I was listening to Tommy the other day, and I was listening to, just before when I was getting ready for this show, listening for The Shape of Jazz to Come by Ornette Coleman, or shall I say Ornate Coleman.
Ornate Coleman.
Yes. Let's see. Hello, Scotty Strychnine. He heard the B album last night on Grown Man Record Night. Let's see. Have you ever heard of a band called the California Honey Drops? No. I shall have to check into that. I will write that down for later. Great Souled Man. Okay. Yeah, check out XTC. Listen to some stuff on Spotify or one of those other things. The thing I like about Spotify is you don't have to pay money for it to listen to it. So I do a lot of research of stuff on Spotify if I can't find it any place else for free. Also, YouTube is a great resource for listening to music if you're interested in buying it, but you don't want to know if you want to shell out the money or not. So, okay, so California Honey Drops are a soul band. Okay, very nice. I will have to check that out. Oh, okay. Well, Kevin says the California Honey Drops are worth the listen. So that's further verification that that group is okay. Let's see. Let me grab this. I'm going to write this down. If I can find a piece of paper to write with. I can't write on that. That's a winning lottery ticket. No, it's not the winning lottery ticket. Wish it was. Let's see. Okay. California Honey Drops. Very nice. All right. You got me. I'm going to check that out. Okay. You don't have to pay for Spotify if you're on the computer, but it won't let you pick stuff up. Oh, what happened? What happened? What?
I hit right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Gotta stop waving around in such mad abandon. I know you weren't doing that. That's okay. But yeah, I use Spotify on the computer. I don't use it on the phone. I've got over 33,000 songs on my phone already. I don't need to go run around for anything else like that. But yeah, there's plenty of ways to listen to music. Yes. Yes, writing, pen, paper. I mean, well, like, you know, most of the time, I pull out my old pen. No, not my pen. My phone, and I get out the old text edit. Not text edit. The notes app. And I type stuff that way. That's my usual note taker. But a lot of times when I'm in here and I think about music, I will jot it down. And yeah, I got paper everywhere. I've got notebooks. I got this, that, the other thing. I mean, come on. Notebooks everywhere with lots of crap written all over the place. I'm always taking notes. Sometimes I just find that's a better way to do things. All right. Let's see. 20 minutes left in the cast. I hope Roman's okay. Yeah, the little guy was feeling pretty horrible today, and I pulled him aside and we streamed the Super Mario movie today, which is pretty funny, and the animation's pretty cool. I love the way that they incorporate all the visual elements of all of the different Super Mario games. They integrate the Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3, as well as Mario World, Mario Kart. They incorporate Donkey Kong. Brilliant animation in the movie. Simple story, but hey, it's fun. Yeah. So, you're thinking of getting the 45 RPM of Asia. Well, it's not available yet, so you still got some time. I've got it pre-ordered, personally. That's going to be interesting to see how that sounds. Because Bernie Grundman, guy's got an unbelievable set of ears. If I had my way, I'd have all my records mastered by Bernie Grundman and Kevin Gray. Kevin Gray's mastering is pretty amazing, and Kevin Gray does have his own label now, Coherent Records, and he put out a jazz record. And speaking of that kind of stuff, Michael Fremer keeps on saying that he's putting out a jazz record. I want more details, Fremer. What's going on? Who is your new young jazz artist? And when will this record be available for pre-order? I want to know, because I want to get him. Yeah. Does Grundman sleep? I think he does. However, I have my doubts about Kevin Gray. Because he does like at least 300 albums a year. So what are you doing? What are you doing?
Getting comfy.
You're getting comfy? Hey.
Turn it all the way down.
Oh, you turned it down. That's why. Okay, so lean on there and I'll turn it up. Go ahead. Okay, that's it for now. We'll continue that music in a little bit. But yeah. I hope you feel much better tomorrow.
I'm feeling better. But
Yeah, but still, when you're sick and you start to get better, you can't instantly say, "Oh boy, I'm better. I'm gonna run around and play and do this and that." No, because your body has to heal. It has to get back to normal. If you start running around like crazy and doing all the stuff that you usually do when you're not sick, you might get a relapse and feel sick again. So you are right to take it easy. Nobody's going to get mad at you for doing that. And I'll bet you tomorrow you'll be feeling really well. So, let's see. Yes, it is a very cool, let's see now. Now, remastering Classic 33 RPM records at 45 RPM. Does the bass come through good? Oh yeah, bass comes through very good. Very good. The Steely Dan records are a very good example of that, as are the Doors records. And also, you should know this already, John. Let's see, where is it? Here it is. If you got this 2-record set, 45 RPM, Zappa Mud Club, that sounds pretty cool. Even though it's a primitive directed 2-track recording, it hasn't got the best bass, but they did a real good master of it. And speaking of Bernie Grundman, Bernie did this one. So, Yeah. If you have a chance, pick up a 45 RPM of something that you really, really like, and you'll be surprised. You will be surprised. So, what else is going on? Reissues were announced this week of three classic Meters albums. The self-titled Meters album, the Luca Pi Pi, and what was the third one? Hang on a second. I'll tell you what it is because I pre-ordered them. What was it? Come on, where are they? Where's my orders? Here we go. Oh, great. It doesn't say. Well, there's three Meters albums. You can go to newburycomics.com or jackpotrecords.com and see these remastered colored vinyl reissues of original albums by the Meters. Funk classics, man. You're going to love them. So, yep, you do have the Mud Club. Okay, so, yeah. It's kind of like going from 7.5 IPS to 15 IPS. You know what I'm talking about, John, because you are an artist and you know that. Now, oh yeah, you told me that you texted me about this. You've got the Jorma Kaukonen and Janis Joplin 45 RPM. Oh. And that was originally a record store day thing. I listened to that online. It's pretty amazing. The typewriter tapes, where Jorma is playing guitar and Janis Joplin is singing. That's very cool. Now, it says I heard 2021 that Thing You Do soundtrack would be released on vinyl. Oh no, I have not heard anything about that. That's kind of cool. That was the album. That was directed, I believe, directed by Tom Hanks, about a one-hit wonder band called The Wonders. That was a pretty cool movie, and had a lot to do with the hit-making machinery of the 1960s. And so that was cool. I'm watching Roman play synthesizer. So you almost weren't here tonight. You know that. You were supposed to be going over to your aunt's house because your mom was going someplace, but she called that off, and I'm glad that you're here.
Because I was sick.
Yeah. But I'm very, very glad that you're getting better. So, we are going to be winding things up relatively soon. And let's see, what other stuff is coming up for next week? Next week on the calendar, what we got? Oh, we are going to have the anniversary of a record that Roman does not like the cover of. A Zappa album. Do you know which one I'm talking about, Roman?
Mm-hmm.
Which one is it? Do you remember?
I think it's the one with the beaver clawing in the guy's face.
No, it wasn't a beaver. It was a weasel. It's Weasels Rip My Flesh. Is going to have its, I think it's 52-year anniversary coming up this week.
Wait, what?
This record came out 52 years ago. In 1970, I'm pretty sure. Yep, 1970. Riz. So if you got a copy of that little masterpiece, spin it in good health, I say.
I never will like that cover.
No, you never like the cover, and I understand that. Uh-oh, wait a second. Carlos Van Chang says, you've got a 2 LP, 45 RPM, 12-inch of War of the Gargantuas. If I had my record player set for 33 RPM and I thought it was breaking down. Ha ha! War of the Gargantuas. Is that anything like the movie, the monster movie, where they had the little girl singing the song, Words Get Stuck in My Throat, which was covered by Boogie Boy from Devo? War of the Gargantuas by Akira Ifukube. Ooh, very interesting. You remember seeing Weasels With My Flesh on display when you were 5 years old. Well, Roman's 8, and he don't like it. It creeps him out. But I've got Chic Your Booty up there. I was able to get an extra copy of Chic Your Booty to use as a calendar piece at a record show a couple of weeks ago. Oh, yes, the monster movie from Japan. That is awesome. Very cool. I wonder if I could stream that, or if it's on like Tubi or Pluto or something like that. I wouldn't mind watching that movie.
There's a random picture of me down here.
There's a what?
A random picture of me down here when I was younger.
Oh, back there? Yeah, I used to have that on my desk at work back when I worked in an office. So that is that. But oh yes, War of the Gargantuas. Man, I used to love those old cheapo Japanese monster movies. They just, I don't know, just something about them makes I can't stop watching them. You got Gamera, the flying turtle with the jets in his back pocket. He's the children's friend, you know that. And you got Godzilla and Mothra, and of course with War of the Gargantuas. Oh man,
I've seen Godzilla.
You saw Godzilla? There's lots of Godzilla movies.
But I couldn't seem to find the one where he has the atomic breath.
I will find one for you, and you and I will watch it together. Is that a deal? Okay. Cool. I like watching movies with you. All right, so it is 52 minutes past the hour. It's almost time for us to put this thing to bed. So I'm going to ask you to stay tuned for your local news, except on the West Coast. A quick reminder that if you know what's good for you and you haven't done so already, that you need to purchase a copy of this album right here. You can get it on Bandcamp. If you don't like Bandcamp's terms, email me or something. I think I got a banner about that. Wait a second here. There we go. Spudlock.bandcamp.com. Pick this up while it's available, and you will love it. So, I wonder if there's anything else going on. Also, where are we? You're gonna get that out? Okay. Also, if by chance you are filling out your form on Bandcamp and you want to send an extra note to me, if you would like the record autographed, just say so. I will autograph it for you. No extra charge. And let's see, that's about all. Oh yes, in Mountain Time, local news is another hour. Yeah, for some reason you guys kind of stick to Central Time. I don't know what's going on, but that is how things go. So you get to pick what I play. I can play electric guitar, I can play acoustic guitar, I can play percussion, or I can play funny noises. You want funny noises? Okay, in that case, you know what comes out. The old sound gizmo. Since you're tired, why don't I manipulate some of the controls on the synth and make even stranger noises for you? Would you like that? All right, folks. We're going to wind it up for now. I had a great time. Hope you did too. Please join us next week. I hope to be here, and we'll have some more fun. And we'll talk music. We'll talk other stuff. I put out a video today called 10 albums that I listen to an awful lot. Getting a lot of response for it. I want to thank you if you've watched it. If you haven't watched it, please do. And yes, another fine time. I really enjoy you folks coming by and watching the live stream every week. It's a lot of fun, and I consider you all friends. So take care. Have a good night. That is the end of the live stream for tonight. See ya.